France has found itself caught in a heated national debate after the country's highest-ranking military officer, General Fabien Mondon, made a striking and deeply emotional statement about the possibility of future conflict with Russia. His remarks, delivered during a major annual gathering of French mayors in Paris, have sparked major conversation across political groups, media circles, and the general public. General Mandon, who only stepped into the role of Chief of Staff in September, urged France to prepare itself mentally and socially for what he described as the harsh realities of modern warfare. Without mentioning any certainty of war, he warned that the nation must be ready for difficult sacrifices that could include losing young soldiers, enduring economic strain, and reorganizing national priorities in favor of defense. His blunt message was clear. France, in his view, must rebuild the kind of national resolve that would be necessary if tensions with Russia ever escalated into open conflict. He emphasized that France has the industrial base, the population size, and the financial resources to deter threats, but that these advantages mean little if the public is not prepared to stand behind tough decisions. Mandon stressed that conflict is not desired, nor is it imminent, but that France should not assume immunity from global instability. He pointed to the fast-changing international landscape, where major powers are clashing politically, technologically, and militarily, as a reason for French citizens and leaders to strengthen their sense of unity and readiness. His message was met with immediate backlash. Leaders across the political spectrum strongly rejected what many saw as unnecessarily alarming rhetoric. Figures on the left described his comments as irresponsible and emotionally manipulative. Fabien Roussel of the Communist Party condemned what he called fear-driven language that would only heighten anxiety among families. Jean-Luc Mélenchon, head of La France Insoumise, argued that it is not the general's place to frame future civilian losses as inevitable. He said such discussions belong to diplomacy, not military prediction. For many critics, the timing of Mandon's speech was especially sensitive. France is already dealing with intense economic pressure. The national debt has grown to over 3 trillion euros. Deficit concerns are rising sharply. Social programs are under strain, and many households are feeling financial stress. In the midst of this, the French government is planning a major increase in defense spending, reaching 64 billion euros by 2027, nearly double what was allocated a decade earlier. Left-leaning parties argue that putting more money into the military at a time of economic hardship will inevitably reduce funding for social services, pensions, and public welfare. Meanwhile, Russia has dismissed all suggestions that it is preparing any attack on France, the EU, or NATO. Officials in Moscow have repeatedly said that Western leaders are spreading exaggerated warnings to justify expanding military budgets and increasing domestic control. Russian representatives insist that the country's focus is on the conflict in Ukraine and on protecting Russian citizens, while accusing NATO of escalating tensions in the region. The controversy surrounding General Mandon's remarks highlights a broader question facing France. How should a modern European country balance military preparedness with economic reality, public morale, and diplomatic responsibility? On one hand, many agree that the world is becoming more unpredictable and that France must adapt. On the other hand, the general's critics fear that his language could normalize the idea of war rather than preventing it through diplomacy and careful policy. Whether people support or oppose his comments, one thing is certain. General Mandon has ignited one of the most urgent debates in France today: how to prepare for an uncertain future without creating unnecessary fear. And as the political argument continues, the French public is left to consider what readiness, sacrifice, and national security really mean in a time of global tension. If this report shocked you, stay tuned. More major developments are unfolding fast, and we're tracking them in real time. What do you think about the general's statement? Is it necessary honesty, or dangerous fear-mongering? Drop your thoughts below. Your voice matters. If you want daily breakdowns, rewritten reports, and easy-to-understand coverage of the world's biggest geopolitical stories, make sure you hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and smash the like button. Your support helps this channel bring clarity to global events every single day.